Cats began to move out of Egypt a few hundred years before the birth of Christ, and they were particularly transported around by ocean-going traders through the Mediterranean Sea out to North Africa going south and up into Western Europe going north, and eventually they ended up in England. We think the first cats were brought into England about 350 years before the birth of Christ by Phoenician traders, and there have probably been domestic cats in Britain ever since then. So ship's cats were absolutely crucial to the spread of cats through Europe. Now, for the first period of cats in Europe over the what we call the Dark Ages, before about 1000 AD, they seem to have been highly regarded as pest controllers. A bit later on in the Middle Ages, cats began to run into problems in Northern Europe, and the reason for this was the hangover, or if you like, of the association with religion in ancient Egypt. That had become incorporated into both Roman and Greek mythology. And when the Christian church began to dominate religious thinking in Western Europe, these former religions became superstitions, they became regarded as pagan. And eventually the cat became associated with the devil, so that people who, for example, might want to have several cats in their house ran the risk of being accused of being witches. And as a result, from time to time, there were persecutions, both of cats, and we know that millions of them were killed as a result, and also of the people who kept them. And it wasn't until about the 18th century and then into the 19th century that it became the kind of thing that a self-respecting member of society could do, was to have a pet cat or two. And we think that it's really only in the past, perhaps 150 years or so, that cats have really been treated the way they are today, which is with affection and as pets first and foremost.